Strategic listening: how to avoid a crisis of connection. Has your loved one ever said, "I don't need you to solve it, I just need you to listen"? This video is broken into two sections, for bad listeners and for good listeners. There are two very different strategies for each. What is strategic listening? It is listening to connect with the speaker and seeking to understand. Section 1. Arriving, 65% of our clients want to improve active listening skills, but most admit to neglecting intense focus on new habit formation. Here are 6 listening challenges. Count how many you are afflicted with. You want to solve the problem and give brilliant advice. They've triggered a connecting story or thought, and now you want to tell it. You get distracted by your own thoughts, the jogger outside the window, your buzzing cell phone, you name it. You're excited by the topic and you want to chime in. You don't listen until the end because you already probably know what they're going to say. And you don't care because what they are saying is uninteresting and it's taking too long. If you are truly serious about becoming a better listener, do this. Practice each of these upcoming tools for 1 week each. Journal about your successes and setbacks daily. Get an accountability partner to talk with about your progress weekly. Here we go. Start with LAVA. Listen, acknowledge, validate, and ask questions. Number 1, listen. Simply said, this is being quiet, paying attention, and caring. It's practicing patience. Clients will often ask, how do you behavioralize empathy? The answer? Listening. Remember, if there are 4 of you, you speak 25% of the time. Number 2, acknowledge. Nod, smile or look concerned when it makes sense. Look at your speaker. This shows that you are with the other person. You may add little bits here and there like, I totally agree, or no way, or yep. Number 3, validate. There are lots of ways to do this. Keep in mind that you are including some paraphrasing of facts, meaning what they said, and feelings. Try out, that sounds. Number 4, ask open-ended questions. Maybe a close-ended question first that can then lead into an open-ended question, like, did you get the outcome you wanted? Yes or no? Then, what helped you to be successful? Number 5, match them. This is about cadence and speed, animation and body language, and energy and tone. When you do this, they will feel like you get them. Just don't be weird about it. Number 6, get feedback. At the end of meetings, conversations, and interactions, ask for feedback about your listening. A top strategy to increase self-awareness, asking others. Congratulations, you've just created a 6-week course for yourself with these 6 strategies. If listening is your strength, you practice the aforementioned skills hourly. Now, this is about how to get out of people taking advantage of you and being assertive in conversation. Section 2. You are probably generally polite and have been taught not to interrupt. You try to interject or have dynamic conversation with give and take, but they keep taking over. And besides, it might just feel easier to tolerate it than to fight for airspace. You've even been given compliments for your listening skills. Of course, you can have a heart-to-heart about this outside of the moment, or you can get out of the room. But this is what to do when you're in a hostage crisis. If you're dealing with a dominator that doesn't get it, they're probably droning on about stories that have nothing to do with you. The worst part, the stories seem to multiply the more you listen. Don't worry, there's hope. The art of interrupting. Wait for a breath or some little break. Paraphrase what they've just said, and then guide the conversation. You can add little ninja moves like, thanks for sharing your take. Are you interested in hearing my perspective? Or, I want to share my perspective and then hear your thoughts, yeah? Then run with it. Be bold and take the wheel. Here are 3 powerful scripts depending on the situation. 1, you're probably telling the story for a reason that I'm just not seeing. Help me. 2, you've had an interesting life. How does that story connect to us here, now? 3, I'd like to switch gears. We've been sharing a lot of stories about the past. What I'd be interested in discussing is, and bring up a topic that involves you both. One of the kindest things you can do is teach them how to communicate for connection. The bottom line is that if you don't utilize these strategies, there becomes a crisis of connection. Friends and colleagues will avoid you or not feel connected to you. You will avoid certain people or feel drained by them. You will be inauthentic with your interactions, smiling on the outside while desperately wanting an escape hatch. Or you will miss opportunities to promote within your career, as these are essential leadership skills. Connection is so important and improves the quality of our lives. You've got this.